Last week on Sport Fishing, we showed you some hot action from Loreto, Mexico. While the Dorado were jumping and we had no problem hooking fish. In this week's show, we're going to show you other methods for fishing in this part of Baja. Hi, I'm Dan Hernandez, and I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of Sport Fishing. And this week is part 2 of our Loreto adventure. And fishing with us again is Jack McGuire. You ready to do it again?
I'm ready to do it again. We're going to get a few today.
In last week's show, we showed you wide open Dorado action. Today, we're starting off at San Bruno Reef, and we'll be showing you Cabiria, maybe some Pargo, and you never know, we might look into a yellowtail or two.
And maybe a grouper. We've got a couple nice grouper out here.
All right. Well, stay tuned, and we'll be right back. This week's episode of Sport Fishing is brought to you in part by Super Silver Thread. When it's time to change your line, it's time for Super Silver Thread. By Mustad, the fish hook people. By Lowry's, the difference is delicious. Bomber Baits for both fresh and saltwater fishing. And by Shakespeare, manufacturing America's best-selling rod, the Ugly Stick. Our flight into Loreto was a comfortable one. Everyone from Aero, California was wonderful to us, and we had a great time on the flight. Well, once we land here, we'll be heading over to the Hotel Oasis in Loreto. Everything about the Hotel Oasis is outstanding, from the magnificent home-style atmosphere to the tropical gardens surrounding the pool and pro tennis courts. All the rooms are air-conditioned, and many are beachfront, are spacious and relaxing. There's a huge bar overlooking majestic islands of the Sea of Cortez. And the carefully prepared gourmet meals and drinks make you want to return again and again. For those of you that prefer your swims in freshwater, the Hotel Oasis has a beautiful large pool. And if you're thinking about trailing your boat down here, there's no problem. The Hotel Oasis has extra parking for trailerable boats, and the ramp is less than a mile away from the hotel. Well, fishing starts early here in Loreto, and at 5 a.m. we were already on the boat, headed out toward the fishing grounds. We're about an hour and a half, we said about an hour and a half, Jeff? About an hour and a half from the hotel outside Loreto. We're at San Bruno Reef, and according to our skipper, this is a great spot for Pargo and Cabiria, and you never know, there might even be some yellowtail here. Oh, here's a Cabiria right now. Here we go, yeah. Good eating size. There you go.
Excellent eating fish. Probably one of the best.
No, that's a yellowtail. All right, let's go, Jack. That's a yellowtail for sure. Jack's fishing a yo-yo jig. He's got a sea strike jig going there. It's a
there.
combination blue and white, green and yellow jig that he had made up for him. You gonna stop this fish?
No.
This isn't another one of your stingrays, right?
Hope not.
See.
Oh man, he's heading for the rocks.
Well, hurt him. Jackson, everything right here. Just watch what he's doing. He's just lifting up and winding down. As soon as he starts to drop that rod, he's cranking the handle. That's what you got to do. Down here in Baja, these fish are just mean.
Gotta be mean to survive here.
Yeah. I don't care if it's in the desert or out here in the ocean. Down here in Baja, everything is pretty vicious. And right now he's fishing with 50-pound super silver thread. He's got a seeker rod, a mule reel, and a sea strike jig. And he was fishing it on the yo-yo, meaning he dropped the jig straight down the bottom and cranked it up as fast as he could, and the tail came up and got it. So he's down there deep color right now.
There's color.
That's the yellowtail. We got deep color on the fish. It's starting to make that big circle. Remember, yellowtail aren't a tuna, they're a jack. This is a nice one. This is a beautiful fish. Bring it up one more time. One more time. There you go.
He's hooked in the side.
Yeah, just bring it straight in. There we go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Fish in the boat.
This is when they count. It's a beautiful Baja yellowtail.
Oh, that came out easy.
Sea strike jig, taking it on the yo-yo. That's a beautiful fish. This is what we came here for. That's a beautiful fish.
Nice fish. Nice
Okay,
fish.
that's one. Loreto, an area where time stands still, where anglers can still enjoy the tranquility of Baja and wonderful year-round weather and fishing. Loreto was the first permanent European settlement in the Californias. It was founded on the 25th of October, 1697, with the establishment of the first mission. All of the missions that are famous today throughout California were started here in Loreto. Loreto served as the capital of the Californias until most of the town was destroyed by a hurricane in 1829. The capital was then moved to La Paz. Loreto is still a favorite destination for many Southern Californians. It's a great place to fish or even just to get away for a short holiday. Fun and delicious ways to cook fish. This week the galley is brought to you by Lowry's. The difference is delicious. Standing next to me is Anna, and she's one of the owners here at the Hotel Oasis, and their chef, Francisco, is going to do one of the local dishes for us. And what is this?
This is pescado Loreto style cabrilla. This is a cabrilla, and we stuff it.
Okay, good. And how does Francisco start this?
How you going to?
Primero son tres cortaditas por la parte de arriba.
You're going to slide it and three small slices on top of the fish, the cabrilla.
Hay que abrirlo por la parte de adentro, pegado, para que nos quede un edificio.
Okay, you need to open it inside and make like 2 slices so you can stuff the fish.
Okay.
Ahora es un poco de jugo de limón.
You're going to squeeze some lemon inside the fish and on the 3 slices.
Sal de ajo.
and add some garlic salt. All this on your taste.
Okay.
Sí. Lo tenemos mantequilla ya fundida con poquito ajo.
Okay, we have some butter with garlic already melted.
Sí. Ahora viene el relleno. El relleno es camarón picado,
And this is the
cebolla
stuffing?
picada.
This is the stuffing on, yes. It's some shrimp here, tomatoes, onions, pepper, garlic, and oregano.
Okay, and would you go ahead and put this inside the fish?
Entonces comenzamos a rellenar el pescado.
And remember the 2 slices you made inside? Show you a little bit over there. So, para que vean un poquito. And you push all the stuffing in.
Now, does the stuffing become part of the dish afterwards?
Yes, it's like garnish next to the
Es un poquito de orégano,
more oregano,
un poquito salsa de soya.
soy sauce,
Soy sauce is part of a Mexican dish? This is different.
kind of.
Es un poquito más de la mantequilla.
More butter,
Es unos poquitos de cilantro.
cilantro. Does give a very good flavor to this fish.
Sí, del aluminio.
And then what do we do?
And
with
then
the
we're
fish?
going to wrap it in foil and put it in the oven for about an hour. This size fish for about an hour. If you want to use the grill or the barbecue the fish, will take about 40 minutes to cook.
Now,
And
if
then,
you put it on a barbecue, would you still wrap it in foil?
yes, you need to wrap it in foil because then cook with the steam.
They're like steamed fish. Okay, so this fish is all ready to go on the barbecue.
Yes, all set.
Okay. Now, we have one that was already done for us. Take a look at that one. We couldn't wait the 40 minutes for it to be on the barbecue, so. Oh, this is beautiful.
This is how it looks. It doesn't take that long and it tastes, you'll see how good it tastes.
Well, I have to try a piece of this.
Se le puede poner encima mantequilla con el ajo calientita.
And then you can add some butter and garlic if you like.
Up to taste.
to the
That's good.
taste. After
And then
it's
we
done.
still have the stuffing and everything inside. The
Yes, inside, and you just take it out and put it next to slide of fish.
Well, thank you very much, Francisco. Thank you, Anna.
Very pleasure.
Remember, this is a dish that you can do at home, and all you need is a barbecue grill. Or if you wish, like I said, you can just stick it in your oven. It's a real simple dish. Thank you
Yes.
again. Yeah. On the grind again.
What do you got there?
I don't know yet, but I was just cranking that jig right off the bottom. Trying to catch a yellowtail, but I can tell this isn't a yellowtail. If it is, it's a tiny one. Let's see what it is. Jack, I got a pargo.
Pargo, all right, good eating fish. Beautiful fish, color-wise. Very color.
Pargo, yeah.
That's a nice pargo.
On a 6X Junior pargo. And he look at it. Well, I got 2 of the 3 hooks in him. There we go. This is one of the many fish you can catch here in Baja. Fishing, you're jig fishing like this, you know, we're trying to catch a specific fish, but there's so many fish down there you just don't know.
Beautiful fish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a huge one, but these particular pargos, they only get up to about 20, maybe 30 pounds. Now, yo-yo fishing, when we talk about yo-yo fishing, it doesn't mean just lifting the rod tip like this and dropping it slowly down like you would for maybe rock cod fishing. Down here in Baja or even up in Southern California, when you're fishing for yellowtail and you're yo-yo fishing, what it means is you drop your jig all the way to the bottom, and my jig is just about there now. And then you put it in gear and you grind. And you grind as fast as you can, get that jig up. You might want to come halfway up or quarter way up, then stop and then drop it back down again. So I got it down there. Didn't get bit, and just drop it straight down again. And this is what we mean by yo-yo fishing. Just crank as fast as you possibly can. And when you get bit, you'll know everything will just kind of stop. The rod will start to pull, set the hook one more time, and just wind in. You have to always just keep pressure on the rod and keep winding it in. That's how Jack got that fish in, and hopefully we'll show you another one here in a second. Hopefully.
Hopefully. I got
a double cabria,
small cabria,
and a pargo, one of each.
selection.
That's great for eating.
Oh, great food, great food.
But Jack's been telling me that there's cabria and pargo here, and he proves it in one drop. That's great.
What I'm using here is a 2-hook rig, 8-ounce sinker on the bottom, sort of like a surf rig, and 2 sardines, and roughly it's a 4-aught hook being used, swivel at the top. And just go down to the bottom and about 2 cranks off, just off the bottom, and it doesn't take long for these pargo. Yeah, that's a nice fish. Either that or I got 2 on again.
I got one too.
Tell by the tip.
I got one going.
This is the pargo. Bouncing.
I think I got a cabria.
Another pargo. Oh, the cabria hiding. Small pargo. Either that or I got 2 of them.
Probably got 2. Hope you got a real big one. Can you tell what it is?
Pargo. Yeah, it's bouncing.
Think it's a pargo?
Yeah. It should be bigger. It should be in up more of a pull. It's still full.
I got a bit on the jig. Right when I stopped.
Oh, I got a big trigger fish. Man, a big trigger fish. That is a good sized trigger fish. Look at the teeth on that thing.
And they make excellent ceviche. Now, you can catch these at Catalina Island. We caught them down there. Coronado Island has them. Not a lot of spots have them, but they make excellent ceviche. The skin is so coarse that a lot of commercial guys will dry out the skin and use it for sandpaper.
And I got a pargo too. No wonder I had so much weight on it.
Well, just that big trigger fish like that'll pull hard. What we're doing right now is we're on the back end of the reef, where the reef just drops off, and there's schools of bait fish. We've seen some Dorado come through here, and lots of birds diving. We even had whales come through here. So what we're doing is we're going to troll some mackerel, and maybe even some small sardinas, and see what comes up. And the skipper was saying the other day when he was here, they caught some sailfish right off the edge of the reef. So that's what we're going to look for right now. This is what happened on that last strike.
Because I hurried.
No shot. That's called not tying the knot properly, and it slipped through
Too fast. In a hurry because of boiling fish.
That's why you gotta take your time. Don't get too excited. Breathe while you tie your knot. You try to rush it too much and it just slipped right through. That might have been the fish of the trip. Well, we don't know.
Probably the biggest
That
fish.
must have been a 60-pound Dorado.
Absolutely.
A 200-pound sailfish. and lost it because the knot wasn't tied properly.
In fact, I didn't even tie my normal knot because my favorite knot's a Palomar.
That's what he's tying on now.
And I did a twist last time.
But he'll only do that one time on this
I just
trip.
learned a lesson. Bet you don't come on tied this time.
Yeah, but this time it doesn't matter. That was the fish of the
Fish
trip.
is gone.
That was jackpot. That was the mother of all Dorados.
Monster
and he
fish.
just lost it.
El Gordo.
This was a nicer fish. He just ripped that bait. Now he doesn't feel that big. I wonder if he just was in a rock. No. Another cabria? Well, hopefully this is a cabria.
Dinner tonight.
Yeah. What is it? Come on up. You're next to play. There he is. Deep color.
Oh, that's a nice fish.
Bigger cabria? Oh yeah, bigger cabria.
Now we're talking. That's a cabria.
Woo! You reach in there? Oh, that's a fish.
That is definitely dinner tonight.
And I see another fish in him. Look at that. That's what he just finished eating. Bottom fish. That's mine. Woo!
Need pliers.
This is Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and we hope you join us again next week when we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. We'd like to thank Aero California for their help and support in bringing you our adventure from Loreto. And we'd also like to thank the Hotel Oasis for providing boats, meals, and lodging. For your next trip to Loreto, fly Aero California and stay at the Hotel Oasis.